The Oklahoma City Thunder are on a win streak. They've won 11 in a row headed into last night, and they got that man back. J-Dub hadn't played since February 11th, and Vince, let's look at him go. There's his first bucket in an awful long time, and then we're going to get another nice finish.
That lefty, I like it. I want to see him healthy, recovered from this soft tissue injuries. Look at that.
Look at that finish. Thunder by 22 at the half in a related story, just obliterating anything in their path. How about Shea with the left hand here, McNutt?
Shea Butter, baby!
Thunder, Thunder by 18, that's your MVP. Later in the third, Thunder still by 18. That's what SGA does better than anybody, maybe ever. Thunder by 21. Fourth quarter, it's a 19-point game. Hartenstein, rebound. Williams, finish.
Hey.
He had 18 points, 6 assists in his return. Here's one of them. Look at that nice pass.
Oh, I like that.
Welcome back.
Jared McCain in the corner. SGA had 22. Thunder extend the win streak to 12 consecutive games, which is the longest active streak in the NBA. They're the fourth defending champ since the merger with multiple 12-game win streaks. They joined some of the best teams that we've ever seen, including the Bad Boy Pistons and the early first three-peat group of Chicago Bulls. So we were talking about this morning, and you were making the point that we don't give OKC anywhere near the credit they deserve.
No, we give them the credit of the defending champion, but we have found so many other things to talk about this season. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, those are great stories. The Knicks, we know about them.
Wonderful.
Meanwhile, after the Thunder, it looked clear that they weren't going to win 70 games. It was like, we're just not going to talk about them. We're going to forget about them, and maybe they'll be there in June.
Yeah.
Who's beating them, Greeny?
Yeah.
I don't know who's beating them. Maybe San Antonio.
San Antonio has had their number this season. Victor Wembanyama just said it on our
You
show.
going to bet on it?
I'm not betting on anything.
I'm just
asking you. I'm asking you. No, I mean, do I like OKC? Yes. Do they look inevitable? That's my question to you. Does OKC look inevitable right now? Shump, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah.
Does OKC look inevitable right now?
I don't want to say inevitable. I think that is, I'm a word guy.
Okay.
So I ain't going to throw that out there.
So what word would you use for them?
It's not even a word. I think it's that we have found a standard of winning that we as basketball fans, I keep saying it all season, we're spoiled. Like, we think that them going out here and playing well on both ends is just like, oh, yeah, we should be expecting that from OKC. And just because they don't have a bunch of guys that are all over social media doing a bunch of cool stuff, we just out the window with the conversation. Just because they're playing in OKC and it's not a big market.
Right.
They're still the defending champions. And they have the MVP. They had 4 trophies last year. And they got another rising star that just returned. And they got a great bench. It's like, you got to have 10 guys to beat them. And we sitting here spoiled as basketball fans like, hey, man, how'd the Lakers do? How did Houston do?
I think that's right. We're looking for other things to make it interesting. And obviously, Wembanyama is sort of in his own category. He's the most interesting thing I've ever seen.
Victor. I know you're mad.
But I'll use the same word for you. Inevitable. Do the Thunder look inevitable? We've seen teams that looked that way in the past, in all sports. Teams that look like, yeah, everything else is kind of cute, but when push comes to shove, this is the team that's going to win the whole thing. Is OKC that now?
So now, as you guys are talking, I'm like, who do I think could get past them? To me, I'm curious if Boston gets out of the East, what that could look like in the finals. So I can't go inevitable yet. I definitely would say heavily favored. I would say running it back, right? They have maintained their core. They have experience. They still have the talent. They've got the MVP.
Come on.
And the freshness of Jalen Williams, like we saw this last year when guys missed time late in the regular season, but then they got bounced in spring. They're ready to roll for the postseason. That's an interesting wrinkle as well. You've heard me say this, Greeny. My hang up with the Spurs is that it's going to be the first rodeo for everybody, including their head coach. If you have the magic ingredient to make that a non-factor in Victor Wembanyama, but you also don't know what you don't have. But the Thunder, they got it. They got it in spades.
There's an arrogance that comes with winning a championship and coming back that next year. The Thunder struggled in the playoffs last year. Remember, 7 games against the Pacers, 7 games against a really severely hampered Denver Nuggets team. This is a more mature ball club now. Don't get me wrong. You still got Lou Dort out there looking for knees and elbows to hurt. Right? He just crashing into stuff. Listen, he ain't wrong. Look, I grew up
no
in Detroit.
lies told.
Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman were my spirit animals, okay? Look, I get it. I know when I see it. But there is something that, going back to that arrogance and knowing there's no deficit you can't come back from.
Yeah.
There's no situation that you find daunting. So even if San Antonio is better in the regular season, until you do it in June, it's a different situation.
Probably fair.
That's what the one thing I wanted to say about that. Victor keeps talking about the regular season matchup. If you're talking about it because you're trying to take their playoff spot, I get it. But when we start talking about the playoffs, that's out the window. Because beating somebody 4 times after we just saw you 2 nights ago or 1 night ago, like it becomes a different game. It becomes very personal and it becomes possession by possession. So the ball, everything gets tighter in the playoffs.
That's right. And then there's a team that we haven't even mentioned in this conversation. Let me take you to Chicago to bring them up because Kevin Durant scored 40 last night and the Rockets lost to the Bulls. The Bulls are not even a play-in team in the East.
Not too much.
And KD had 40 points, 15 in the fourth quarter. He shot 65% from the floor, and they lost by 8 to Chicago last night. So, Shump, I'm going to ask you directly. I was sitting right here last summer when we were figuring out where's KD going to go. He had a lot of options. Pick a spot you can go and try and win a championship here in the twilight of your career. Do you think he picked the wrong spot?
I don't think he picked the wrong spot. I mean, he could have went to Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Honestly, that was a great city.
But is Houston a team? As we're sitting here talking about San Antonio and Oklahoma City and Denver and the Lakers, we haven't talked about the Rockets at all. Are they a team that is going to do something interesting when we get to May?
They have the capability to do it. I think that they have a little more in their locker room than I even expected. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to like Holiday and Reed getting more touches and getting more chances to show, can they run a team? Can they improve on running a team and at least get the ball to Durant in different spots to where he can become a more effective scorer? I know he's been playing great, but he can become more effective if he has a point guard that is designated out there to make sure his job is easier. If you see a lot of these buckets, they're all good buckets, but it's so many dribbles, there's so much going on. It's never him just sitting with a ball coming to his shot pocket ready to load it up. And when you see that, you say, did he make the wrong decision? And I say no, because he also made a decision to go play somewhere where it, honestly, if you're talking about basketball, it was a great decision. It's just we didn't like it.
To the question, to Iman's point, when he was making that move, Fred VanVleet is available. Which I think is a huge game changer in terms of the way things have unfolded in Houston. You just alluded to their issues at point guard and the ability to close. Fred VanVleet is that guy in terms of being able to play alongside superstars, having won a championship, having a pedigree. So I think you can't really have that conversation without acknowledging a little bit of the tough breaks that Houston has.
Okay, here's the thing. You're right on that, but Houston did not rectify their point guard situation.
That's fair.
Shump is right. Reed Shepherd, Aaron Holiday, like they can be good players and good leaders in time. You know what Kevin Durant don't got? Time.
Here we go.
Like look at how we're talking about LeBron James as the third option on the team. Two better options rather.
But we're not talking about KD like that.
No,
that's right.
We're saying guys who can make the game easier for LeBron James. Who's making the game easier for Kevin Durant?
Right.
You are asking him at 37 years old. I don't care what the efficiency says, and the numbers are great. There's no way that this is a healthy diet for winning in the playoffs if you're asking him to do that type of work.
Without a doubt. I don't think it's a lot with the amount of dribbles he's taken. I totally get that. But we're not going to allude to KD not having more time. If LeBron's still playing now, and this man percentages done went up since he blew that leg out. Everybody thought he was done then.
I agree.
And he just keep on rolling. Just keep on swimming.
KD probably has what I think you're saying is that for at least several more years, he will be a dominant offensive player.
Fred VanVleet will be back. That's all I'm saying.
If he finds himself
and you guys are a year better, wiser, smarter.
Exactly.
All right, more basketball last night. Let's run the floor with the #1 seeds in the NCAA women's tournament, McNutt. Joyce Edwards had 23 points, 10 boards. South Carolina